Hello, my name is Lauren Blundell, and welcome to this free training. How to be an epic lover. So I'll get jumped right in, or I will jump right in and get started. So in this training, I want to take you through 5 ways to become an epic lover. Easy things to change immediately in your life, and I want to show you how you can take this to a deeper level, to another level. Okay, so step 1 on how to be an epic lover is, let's take a look at energy. Everything is and has energy. So basic physics is energy came first, and then matter, then gravity, and then so on and so forth. We have atoms and photons, and I'm not really a physics geek, but I understand that energy came first. So everything has energy. Sexual energy is the energy I love to work with and feel it is important for our own vitality and our own well-being. So firstly, what I want you to do is look around your home. What kind of energy does your home give? Is your home cluttered? Does it give off a relaxed energy? Does it give off a warm energy? Just take a little walk around your house and go into each of the rooms and just kind of check out the vibe, right? Check out the energy that space has, and note down things that you want to change in each of the rooms, so then you can bring a different vibration to those particular rooms. Most importantly, I want you to go into your room, into your bedroom, and really feel what kind of energy does your room have. Is your room currently messy? Do you have clothes all around the floor, or draping off your bed? Do you have an unmade bed? Are the windows and blinds closed so it's a bit stuffy and dark? Is there artwork on the wall? Does it have a calm? Does it have a sexy feeling? Just do an audit of your house, of the feeling, of the energy, and actually pick what kind of energy do you want your house to have? What kind of energy do you want your room to have? I mean, everyone is different. Some people want to have a more sexy vibe. Some people want to have a more beachy vibe or an urban vibe. Whatever it is, just walk around your house, walk around and check out your room especially. So when you're in your room, do you need to invest in high-level thread count sheets? And here's the thing, like we're supposed to spend between 7 and 8 hours, or 7 and 9 hours a night in our bed. So it doesn't make sense to me why I would not invest in good thread count sheets, a good mattress, good pillow, and make my bed feel comfortable. To me, that is just a really no-brainer. I want a good night rest. I know when I have a good night rest, I feel vitality, I feel vital, I feel energetic the next day, and I can carry on with my day. So it's super important for me to have a good room, to have a good bed, to make sure that I'm comfortable, that I've got nice smelling aromas in my room, whether that is oils. You can put aromatherapy oils around. You can put incense, candles. Do you like to have some music? Like I said before, some artwork. Do you want to pick something up from the floor and maybe actually hang it on the wall, like a guitar, like an acoustic guitar or something like that? Do you want to add a bit of color to your room? So think about how you can elevate the space, elevate the vibe. And do you need to bring more discipline into your house and into your room? Do you need to make your bed every single day? I know for sure the feeling I get if I make my bed of a morning, I feel so great whenever I walk into my room, especially when I have all my clothes in my wardrobe and I know where everything is. I feel so much more relaxed. I feel so much more organized. If I walk into my room and there is crap everywhere, I get a little bit frazzled. So, and I also don't want to bring other people into my room either, because it's not a big room to begin with. So there's not a lot of space. So think about if you need to bring a little bit more discipline, a little bit more structure to how you want to present your room and how you want to present your house. Think of your bedroom and your entire house as a sanctuary. How would you want your sanctuary to look? And most importantly, how do you want it to feel? So that's step one. Step two, we've got self-acceptance. Radical self-acceptance is so important to be an epic lover. It lowers our feelings of unworthiness and feeling of not being enough. Accepting all parts of yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly, allows for self-confidence to flourish. And when you accept all parts of you, all your decisions, all your behaviors, all your choices that you've made in the past, maybe with your past lovers, past people that you've slept with, past decisions of sexual experimentation, whatever it is, or accepting that you really do have certain desires sexually, and you really do need certain things to happen in a relationship or for you to feel comfortable, secure, and loved. Accepting who you are on a really primal cellular level allows you to show up differently with your partner, because when you accept yourself, it's like, hey, I am so lovable. You know, you may not agree with me and you may not like what I'm saying in terms of what I need to fully express myself or feel really sexually satisfied or feel loved in a relationship, but that's okay, because there's going to be always someone out there that's going to match you and match your frequency. So as soon as you become so accepting of yourself, everything changes, because you also then reflect that self-acceptance back to your partner, and there's no judgment on them and what they bring to the table and maybe their past decisions. And you can really just be quite vulnerable with each other and be like, yeah, okay, like we've both been quite experimental sexually. You know, I have had more than one sexual partner, whatever it is, and just be like, yeah, like it's okay. Like you are so lovable for just being you, for just being born. So we need to accept our past so it doesn't define our future. It doesn't move into current relationship and future relationships. And like I said, perhaps you're not happy with past decisions you've made, past partners you've slept with or dated. Perhaps you feel shame and guilt for a sexual desire. This all needs to be worked on. This all needs to be released from you, from your subconscious. There is no place for shame and guilt. There really isn't. And I know we carry a lot, especially around sexuality, but it's not going to give you the sex life that you desire. So if you do feel shame for asking for something or shame for expressing something, that definitely needs to be cleared and released from your subconscious, released from your body. You do not need to carry that around with you. And like I said before, when we accept others completely and fully, this acceptance creates space for intimacy to flow. You will accept your partner and whatever they've done, their decisions, their actions, their choices and behaviors. Step 3, a little Tantra introduction. So Tantra is something that I am super passionate about from a lifestyle perspective. There's a lot of glamour around in my industry around just talking about the sexuality part of it. I do want to talk to the sexuality part of it because I think the questions that I have been given from my Tantra teacher really open up a lot of self-reflection for you if this is the first time that you've really delved into this kind of stuff. But there's so much more to Tantra than just sexuality. It's a weaving and expanding of our consciousness. We are consciousness first, yeah, and then we have this human experience. In other words, to feel and explore freedom, pleasure, joy within our own spirituality and sexuality. Tantra is a meeting of spirituality and sexuality. It is love, truth, consciousness, pleasure, trust, closeness, acceptance, giving, receiving, and communication. That actually is what Tantra encompasses. It is very accepting of everyone, and it works towards authenticity. It works towards trust and truth. Truth is so important when you're in relationship, to know your truth and speak your truth, to be authentic, because I find that when we aren't authentic, we try and we wear a mask firstly, and then we sweep our incompatibilities under the carpet, and we try and make our partner be something that they just cannot be. So we need to speak our truth more in relationship. So some questions I have for you to ponder, and you can write these down, take a photo, whatever you need. But firstly, what are your intentions when you make love? Why do you want it? What does making love give you? Do you initiate lovemaking with your partner or partners? How does your body feel when you make love? Are you centered in your body when you make love? Are you present in your body, or are you thinking about other things? How aware of your breasts, this is obviously for women, are you during lovemaking? Breasts are such an important part to women's bodies. Behind and in between the breasts, we have our hearts. And when our breasts are given full airtime during our lovemaking, it can really help towards lubrication and us relaxing in the bedroom. Do you orgasm during lovemaking? What types of orgasms do you have? Clitoral, vaginal, cervical, anus, nipple. How do you feel after your orgasm? Do you feel tense or do you feel relaxed? Do you feel loving? Do you feel open? And what kind of touch really makes your body melt? So does firm, slow, and long strokes make you melt, or would you rather have soft and feather-like touches? This is self-reflection on you, so then you know what you want in the bedroom. Because when we understand where we're coming from a desire point of view, from a pleasure point of view, and we understand what pleases us, then we get to have those conversations with our partner, and we feel a lot more comfortable having those conversations because you have an answer and you have a roadmap, so to speak, for them, so you can guide them, right? Your partner cannot make you feel amazing in the bedroom if your partner isn't given the tools to do so. They cannot read your mind. You need to understand yourself. You need to do the work on you, self-pleasure, understand yourself sexually, so then you can have those conversations with your partner. It's very important. Step 4, sexual polarity. So sexual tension, attraction, and passion stem from sexual polarity. Sexual polarity is the pull between two opposites. In almost every relationship, there needs to be a masculine and a feminine centered in their energy pole. So what does this look like? One partner needs to be centered in their masculine energy. So the masculine energy it brings structure, it's a giving energy, it's solidarity, it protects, it's a doing energy, right? It's getting stuff done. The other partner needs to be centered in their feminine energy. So the feminine brings flow, it's very receptive, it's very nurturing, it's very gentle, it's a being energy. Whenever you are just being in a moment, that's very feminine, because you can lose your sense of self and time. I'll tell you a quick story. I was kissing my partner recently, and we were just so locked in this beautiful kissing, like passionate kiss, where I literally forgot where I was, and like I literally forgot time and space. I just was so present with him in this kiss. It was amazing. Yeah, so that's me just being in my feminine energy. Whenever I'm doing things and going places and trying to get results out of things, that's me in my masculine. If both partners are in their masculine, they will both try and lead and dominate in the relationship and in the bedroom. If both partners are in their feminine, they will both want to be led in the relationship and the bedroom. So if both partners are in their feminine, nothing will get done. And if both partners are in their masculine, they'll probably clash because someone wants to lead. How do you know which energy you prefer? So I've got here, think back to when you first met, and chances are you were attracted to your partner because of they either showed direction or they were creative and flowy, right? So think back to when you first met and what kind of energy were you both situated in during that time. Another way of identifying which energy, and we both have both masculine and feminine energy within us. So it's not just women who have the feminine, it's not just men who have the masculine. Both women and both men have masculine and feminine, and some women resonate more with masculine energy and some men resonate more with feminine energy. So whilst a higher percentage of women resonate with the feminine and a higher percentage of men resonate with the masculine as being their centered poles, we do have people around the entire world who resonate with the other, right? So a really good way of figuring out which one you prefer is, where do you get the most vitality from? Where do you feel more energized? So when you are doing things, achieving goals, getting results, being directional, do you get vitality and energy? Do you feel really energetic in that space? Equally, when you are being creative and flowing and nurturing, is that giving you vitality and energy? So it's a self-reflection, and I trust that makes sense, so you'll be able to figure that out. It is important to have ways and activities to transition out of one energy and into the other. So for the masculine, you could do martial arts, being structured more in your life, having plans and goals and achieving these set goals and creating results in your life, being protective and doing things. The feminine, you'll need a creative outlet and feeling all your emotions. The feminine is the emotive of the two energies. So whether that is rage or sadness or complete joy and ecstatic and love and enlightenment, feel all of your emotions, allow them to come up and express them in healthy ways and nurture something. So if you do not have children, maybe you're nurturing yourself, maybe you're nurturing your career, maybe you're nurturing a puppy dog or a pet at home or plants at home. Nurture something, watch something grow. That is the feminine in play. So when you are both situated in your more preferred energy, you will show up differently in and outside of the bedroom. It creates that polarity. We need opposites, yeah? So it'll create, someone will be the more submissive and someone will be the more dominant. And that's a really sexy dynamic to play with. And maybe, you know, you'll swap roles. You know, you don't have to always be in the feminine. It's not like, oh, I have to, you know, I can never be in my masculine when I'm around my partner. That's absolutely incorrect. You can definitely swap depending on your mood, depending on how you feel, depending on the communication that you both have, or maybe a fantasy that you want to play out. Who knows? For example, if you prefer to be in your feminine energy and you assume a more masculine energy at work, maybe you're in the corporate world, climbing the corporate ladder, you know, you need to get results and do, you will need to transition out of your masculine into your feminine when you return home to create polarity in the home. I see too many couples bring that energy, that masculine energy, back into the home, and it creates tension and a clash and arguments. So you need to be aware of yourself. You need to be aware of what you need in order so you can resume whatever energy you want to play in when you're back at home in your castle with your king or your queen. Step 5, love making for pleasure, not purpose. So modern day love making is results orientated. It's very masculine. It's pumping genitals to orgasm and ejaculate. It's results orientated and no fault of our own. That's what we've been taught. We've been given limited information and education around sex, sexuality, pleasure, and energy. And we've been pretty much told to fear it and condemn it if we play into our pleasure and desires, and just to do it for procreation and not before marriage. So this style of lovemaking misses the pleasure of sacred sexual union. May I suggest you take the goal of orgasm out of your lovemaking and be more present with your naked partner. Get lost touching their body. Explore their erogenous zones and find pleasure points you didn't know they had. Lose your sense of time. When we bring a more feminine energy to our lovemaking, it is boundless. The feminine doesn't have structure. So lovemaking can go from talking to then gently making love, to maybe harder, faster lovemaking, to stopping and going back to talking, to maybe like eating, to changing it up and having sex somewhere else in the house. Who knows? And it can last obviously, for a lot longer. Majority of the couples that I see, sex is lasting 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. And women take and can take up to 40 minutes to open fully to pleasure. That's a generalization, but if your woman is unsatisfied and she's not orgasming and reaching pleasure during your lovemaking sessions, you need to spend more time. You need to spend more time warming her up. So bring pleasure and presence. So introducing relationship and sexuality. So this is my online program. It's a 6-week at-home, study at your own pace relationship and sexuality course to teach you everything you need to know about intimacy, sexual confidence, orgasms, and connection. Plus, you get a bonus communicating with love training to make sure you are communicating your needs and desires in a loving way that promotes connection. I am sharing everything I know from a practical and academic perspective about creating a loving relationship and having the sex life of your dreams. Week 1 is all about your relationship with self, because this is the thing. The relationship that you have with yourself is the most important relationship you will have ever. And you can only meet your partner at the depth in which you've met yourself. So an emotional closeness, the familiarity of knowing your partner, and a deep connection. You might describe intimacy in different ways, although as primal human beings who long to be loved and to belong, we crave intimacy, first from our parents and in particular our mothers, second from our friends as we grow, and thirdly with our partner. However, we can only meet our partners at the depth in which we've met ourselves. So having an intimate relationship with yourself is the first step to creating a loving relationship with your partner. This is what week 1 is dedicated to, you. We dive into our belief systems, our shadow self, how we view reality, triggers, traumas, the whole schmoozle. It is great. It's an hour-long training, and I give you homework at the end so you can understand yourself a little bit. Week 2 is my favorite topic, female sex education. So learn the female anatomy, how females are wired for pleasure. Learn your orgasm potential. And I will guide you through feminine energy and their archetypes, plus breast massage and tracking your menstrual cycle. It's a huge week. It's probably the longest training, so it's about an hour and 20 minutes. Week 3 is around male sex education, so it's all about the men. Male sex education and the archetypes of the masculine. Unfortunately, men do not have a rite of passage any longer. No tribal initiation into manhood, and it shows. In this week, I take you through the 4 archetypes of the masculine and how to engage them. Week 4 is all about relationships. So I give you the secret sauce to lasting love, how to create a relationship that feels connected, secure, comfortable, and fun. This week, I give you theory and exercises to understand, connect, and communicate better with each other. This is a great week. Week 5, relationship and sex. Learn connection exercises and open space in your relationship for communicating at a deeper level. We also cover my top tips for improving your sex life. And it wouldn't be my kind of course if I didn't include some history on the sexual and marriage evolution. I'm a bit of a nerd for this kind of stuff. And week 6, sexuality. I guide you to release your sexual shame. This is huge. I will take you through the wheel of consent and a small exercise to create more consent in the bedroom. When we know our boundaries and feel safe with our partner, we will open up more fully in the bedroom. Sex is an expression of self, and it requires consent and boundaries. It requires constant communication. And this is what I give you. So what's included? 6 training modules. Each week for 6 weeks, you will receive a module of the training. Each week dedicated to building on the previous week's training to help you create the relationship, intimacy, and sex life you deserve. I give you exercises and homework. For each lesson, you'll also receive practical exercises to help you create deeper connection and understanding of yourself and your partner. I give you a bonus training, so free communicating with love training, so you can move through those tough conversations with ease and grace. And I give you lifetime access and continual updates. So I'll obviously be updating this program in the future as I implement new strategies, and you will receive all future updates for free. Investment options. So one payment of USD $333, which is Australian $492, or 3 fortnightly payments of USD $117 or 172 Australian dollars. Click below to save your spot. I'll chat to you soon.